right, Shalom. I want to start off, as always, by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Racha HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this morning's lesson, I have 3 videos here pulled up concerning prophecy. All right. And I just wanted to cover these things here. I intended to do it last night, but the Spirit had me to do it today, or this morning here. So I'll cover this information. Lord willing, this isn't too long, but I wanted to cover these videos. I might not play the most of the other 2 that I have, but I'll play a good portion of it so that you can see what is currently going on here in the planet Earth, all right? So the first video I have pulled up here is from We On News, and it says, next pandemic likely to be caused by flu virus, scientists warn. My question is this: how do these scientists know this? Okay. How could they predict the future like this? What intel do they have? All right. What are they trying to tell us? Now, this new pandemic could very well stem from a flu virus. Okay. But we know that Esau got something cooked up, man. All right. And just as they was talking about at the World Economic Forum, right? I was speaking about this yesterday. They was talking about disease X, right? And the scientists, they can't so-called identify what what disease X is going to be or what it is. But something they do know, so-called, is that it's going to be worse than the C19. These are their words, not my words. Okay. So I'm going to play this video here. Hopefully you can hear it.
Now, raising an alarm for a potential future pandemic, scientists have warned that influenza is a pathogen that will likely trigger a new pandemic in the near future. According to an international survey to be published next week, 57% of the senior disease experts think that a strain of flu virus will be the cause of the next global outbreak of life-threatening infectious illness. The survey is carried out by Cologne University's John Salmanton Garcia. It involves inputs from 187 senior scientists, details of which will be revealed at the European Society of Clinical Microbiology and Infectious Disease Congress in Barcelona next week. 21% scientists who took part in the study believe that the next most likely cause of the pandemic after influenza is a virus dubbed Disease X that is still unknown to science. According to
Bro, once again, they was talking about disease X at the World Economic Forum. Okay. They keep saying they don't know what it is. They're lying. More than likely, a disease X will be a man-made pathogen, right? But nevertheless, it's coming from the Most High. All right. If you want a disease to be out here in the planet Earth, then he'll use Esau to do it sometimes, or sometimes he'll do it himself. But nevertheless, all credit go to the Lord. All right. But it was warning about disease X, They was telling us back in January at their council. So when it's gonna, pop off, we don't know. But we know last time, back 4 years ago, they came with the C19 around March, I believe. They hit Babylon the Great on a national scale. Same year that Trump got elected. So things are seeming eerily similar these times around, right? The election's coming up, and Esau has this so-called disease X thing going on here in the background, right? He don't know what it is, but they know that it's going to cause a pandemic, whatever, man. But just be on the lookout for these things, okay? Esau, he's a very proud, boastful individual. He loves to brag and tell you what he's going to do, right? He'll talk like, it's suspicion, but this devil knows what's going on, man, okay?
To them, the next pandemic will be caused by yet to be identified microorganisms that will appear out of the blue, similarly as SARS-CoV-2 virus, the cause of COVID-19, did when it started infecting humans in 2019. The World Health Organization expressed concerns last week about the concerning global spread of the H5N1 influenza strain that is responsible for millions of cases of avian flu. Since the outbreak started in 2020, millions of wild birds have perished and tens of millions of poultry have died. And most recently, the virus also spread to mammal species, including domestic cattle. And this has increased fears about the risks to humans. For all the latest news, download the WeOn app and subscribe.
Right, man. So just wanted to talk about that there, that warning that another pandemic is coming. So just be on the lookout with that, but the scripture do speaks about, of the Most High God using diseases to plague the planet Earth, man. All right. In particular, this part of the world. Okay. And we want to get this scripture here in Revelation chapter 6 to back it up, man. This NLT Bible, it says, when the Lamb broke the fourth seal, I heard the fourth living being saying, come. I looked up and saw a horse, color was pale green. Whose color was pale green. Its rider was named Death, and his companion was the grave. In the KJV, it says hell, which goes to show you that hell is the grave. Okay? It says, these two were given authority over 1/4 of the earth. And 1/4 of the earth, that's referring to this side of the world, in particular Babylon the Great. Okay? The other 3 parts of the earth is talking about Europe, Asia, and Africa, right? Those great land masses, if you do your research. But they call this part of the world the 4th part of the world, okay? And I have done a video on this before. The apostles, elders, brothers have done videos on this. But that's what it's talking about. This is the 1/4 of the earth, man, okay? It says to kill with the sword and famine and disease and wild animals. So these are the things, right, that this 4th rider, right, this pale horse is going to bring to the planet, okay? Sword, famine, disease, and wild animals. Now, this sounds very similar to what's written inside of 2 Ezra 15, right? If you read 2 Ezra 15, it speaks about what the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Pretty much the same thing, all right? Ezra saw these things taking place on the planet Earth during our times, man. And these things are going to bring Jacob's trouble. Famine and, diseases and uproars. That's going to bring Jacob's trouble, man. All hell breaking loose here in Babylon the Great, to where people aren't obeying the authority anymore. Complete chaos. And it's all going to be caused by the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. All right. Moving on here to the next video from Redacted here. The title of that video reads, "Oh no, banks removing cash and moving to all digital future." And we know what this is going to lead to, right? We know what this is going to lead to, the MOTB. But this is happening all across the world. Okay, these banks are starting to go more digital, man. And one day, we all, might get an email from the bank. Might get an email, but who knows? But eventually, you will be confronted with the CBDCs, man. All right. So here we go. And I have to speed up a little bit.
story. Imagine walking into your local bank just to get some cash. You need some cash because, I don't know, maybe you want to, pay a babysitter, buy a car, or pay a landscaper. It's cash. You have every right to do it. It's a currency. You should be able to do this. You want to buy a car, it's your right. However, you want to get some cash out of your account. You go to the teller. You walk up to the teller, and the teller then looks at you and gives you some blank stares. I'd like to get some cash out of my account. I need a few $1,000s. And then the bank teller says, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Walks over to the bank manager, who then comes to you and says, I understand that you want to take some cash out of your account. May I ask what you plan to spend it on?
To which you say, your mama.
Your mom. Yeah, your mom. Yeah, your mama. Your mama has an OnlyFans page, and I want to. I don't know, whatever it is, but yeah, none of your friggin' business what I want to spend it on, right? Yeah. I mean, that's what I would say. My jaw would hit the floor if this happens. I'm sorry. Why is this any of your business? My money is in your bank. I'd like to take my money out of your bank. I want to spend it however I'm going to spend it. That's exactly what's happening at local banks in multiple Western countries, from Australia to the United States to Canada. Sorry, we don't have cash here. You can't take cash out because we simply don't have it. Here's just one example in Canada. This one's gone viral this week, but this is just one of many that we're seeing, where a banker refuses the customer's withdrawal who just wants some cash out of his own account. Watch this.
I can't. Wait, I don't understand. What are you talking about?
So I'm going to give you a bank draft, or if you're going to get cash, I will need an invoice for the car purchase.
Why? No, I'd like to. It's for if the car's payments for in cash. I can't use a bank draft.
Are you buying from like a private?
Yeah, it's private.
person?
It's literally from my friend.
From your friend?
Yeah, but he wants it in cash.
Can you give you like anything that you can purchase for him?
How rude.
No, I don't. You don't need that, bro. What is it? I'm only asking for 3.
And
What is this? It's my money. I'm allowed to withdraw from my own bank account.
Yeah, so I can.
You said that what's the maximum limit you can give a withdrawal to a customer? It's $3,000 on the day. You've already mentioned that multiple times.
Yeah, not today.
Why not today?
Today I will need an bank draft, or I will give you invoice.
But what you don't? You need proof of what it is. Why is that? And why is that? Why is that? Why do you need it? Why do you need me to tell you what it is? Why do you need? What kind of proof is that? I bring in a note. Like, how is that? What is that going to change? I don't understand.
So that way
You need to give me my money.
actually buying.
I'm not taking a bank draft. I would like cash, please.
Yeah, I will give you.
I won't be able to give you
I'm just gonna
cash
sit here
today.
until you give me cash. So I'm not gonna leave.
Can you imagine this?
Well, and you know what's messed up is this guy questioning stuff. He'll probably end up getting kicked out of the bank, maybe arrested by the police because he's causing the disturbance. You know,
Yeah.
like they treat the customer like they're a disease.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm not
today.
leaving. No, sorry, you're not getting any cash today. Of course, the real reason she's asking that question is because she's trying to avoid at all costs having to admit the fact that they don't actually have cash in the bank anymore. It's gone. And of course, there's a multifaceted group of reasons as to why it's gone. Number one, they don't want bank runs on large number of people when they come into a bank who want cash, right? So they don't want bank runs. Like everyone's like, wait a second. I think I want to get my money out of this bank.
Right. Is this Greece? Come on.
Right. Well, remind our audience what happened in Greece.
Yes, Greece, the money was so deflated so quickly that you couldn't get any money out of an ATM more than once a day. Maximum amount was about, I don't know, $200 at the time. It's wild.
Yeah. And ridiculous.
This is in modern times, like within the last 5 years
Right.
that this happened.
And of course, so they don't want these bank runs. They don't want a bunch of people rolling up to the ATMs trying to get money out of these banks. One way, of course, to eliminate bank runs is to eliminate cash. Totally, which is what you're seeing. This week, the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, put out an ominous warning that cyber attacks could destroy the banking industry and cause bank runs, meaning people run to the bank to try to take out their cash all at the same time, but the banks don't have your money in the first place, so they can't give you any money anyway. This isn't a conspiracy theory. What you're looking at here is the International Monetary Fund issuing this warning. The organization's latest global financial stability report warns that the size of extreme losses from cyber incidents has more than quadrupled since 2017 to a value of $2.5 billion. The report also claims the financial sector is uniquely exposed to cyber attacks. Well, it's a good thing we don't have any cyber attacks. Oh, wait a second. Widespread reports over the past 24 hours of entire 911 phone networks going down. Cyber attack on the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which brought down a bridge thanks to a barge hitting it. But yeah, we don't have any cyber attacks to worry about. So a large...
Which is currently being investigated.
Real quick, I'll move on to the next video. With their customer experience, with being denied cash, if that happened to one of these Americans, bro, they would lose their minds. Especially Eve. You try to tell Eve she can't get no money out of her bank account, boy. She gonna tear that bank up. Eve would tear that bank up, man. Be screaming and cussing. They got to call the police on Eve. Eve ain't going. Okay, but this is gonna be, something that we're all gonna face very soon, man. You won't be able to get no cash. If you can't get no cash, then what you're going to use? Digital currency, right? Digital payments, which we already make digital payments right now. But the bank going to issue their own form of the currency, man, to where everything that you're buying or everything that you're doing can be tracked. All right. As the one we're asking questions, why, who's it for? Well, with the CBDCs, then we had to ask that question. With the CBDCs, they can just simply go and look at your so-called transcript, right, of all your purchases, and they can see, okay, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. They ain't got to ask you no questions, okay? And this is where the world is heading towards. The MOTB system, man. It's almost here, bro. Just keep on watching. Okay, this thing is almost here, man. And also, he mentioned about, the cyber attack that knocked out a 911 call for people. Hey, man, that's just a little small example of what Esau is going to do, okay? When these people don't have access to 911, right, to the cops, when they don't have access to the cops, man, all right, you calling 911 like the people did, the other day who didn't have access to 911, they can make no emergency calls. What you think going to happen when all hell break loose? And you can't make no emergency calls, right? You can't, reach out to the cops. It's going to be serious, man, And we're going to spread fast. Oh, maybe, we can't, call 911, something going on. And they're going to start triggering thoughts in people's minds to get your ass. All of you people, man. Okay, but things going to go left fast, all right? And he mentioned Australia, in which I did a few videos on Australia. They said around October of this year, okay, pretty much, they want to limit the cash use in Australia in October of this year, okay? So that is something to definitely keep an eye on, right? Because they're trying to implement their digital IDs and CBDCs this year, man, inside of Australia. So very, very interesting, and you can go watch this whole video here. Okay, very good video, but I just wanted to play the beginning of it. And I'll play this last clip I got here from the Atlantis report. As you can see, the title of the video reads, "The Banking Elites Plan to Crash the Global Economy," right? And for the global economy to crash, that means that Babylon's economy has to crash. The dollar has to crash, all right? And we know that the dollar is the world reserve currency still, and all nations, are bound by that currency. So when the American dollar crashes, then guess what? China gonna crash, Russia gonna crash, Europe gonna crash, Brazil, and everything gonna crash. And that's gonna be the perfect plan for the elites to bring in this new digital system, right? This fourth industrial revolution, man. Issuing out CBDCs, issuing out, digital IDs and social credit scores, okay? This is all their plans. So this is nothing new to us. We know eventually that everything will crash. So I'm going to play just a small portion of this video here. And Lord willing is edifying, all right?
25 or 30 years. And if they asked me why I did it, I told them, but...
We've taken another step towards a cashless society. A big bank has confirmed customers in some locations.
There is a massive storm brewing on the horizon, and it is unlike anything we have ever seen before. The people behind this storm are the banking elites, who are supposed to be the guardians of the global financial system. It has been revealed that they plan to crash the global economy. This revelation has sent shockwaves through the corridors of power and is causing fear in nations around the world. The banking elites are planning a scheme that could cause economic turmoil within the next 60 days. Today, We will analyze their plans and their implications for the world's economy, unchecked spending and mounting debt. Following the global financial crisis, governments worldwide implemented drastic measures to prevent economic collapse. Interest rates were reduced to unprecedented lows, hovering dangerously close to zero. Fiscal policies were introduced, leading to a surge in borrowing and an increase in debt accumulation. Nations became trapped in a dangerous cycle of unchecked spending and escalating deficits, resulting in a dependence on taxpayer-funded bailouts. Even the seemingly invincible United States economy, which had long been regarded as the bedrock of global financial stability, began to show signs of strain. Years of unchecked growth and speculation had masked vulnerabilities, but cracks now reveal America's economy might be teetering on uncertainty. Countdown to economic chaos. A plan by the banking elites to crash the global economy has been exposed. It has been revealed that in 60 days, their master plan would be set in motion. But why would the banking elites want to bring down the global economy? The answer is quite simple. During the global financial crisis, there was a trend of excessive spending, deficits, and bailouts. As interest rates reached zero and the system nearly collapsed, governments had to take drastic measures to keep it from falling apart. The European Central Bank may cut interest rates.
He's doing a bunch of talking. The reason that the elites are going to crash the global economy is so they can bring in the MOTB system. Okay, just to sum up this video. He's going to do a bunch of talking, using, whatever. But they're going to do it so that they can bring in the MOTB system, man. Plain and simple, right? It save you 10 minutes of the video. Okay? The global economy will crash, right? But that means that Babylon, the great economy, has to crash, right? The dollar has to fall. Then the world will crash, okay? All the markets will crash. And the scripture speaks about a great crashing, right? That's coming to the planet Earth, man. This is Zephaniah 1:10. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord Yahweh, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. A great crashing from the hills is representing the different governments of the world. Their economy collapsing, okay? That's what they're representing, right? The hills are representing the different governments around the world. A great crashing is coming, right? It says, how ye inhabitants of Maktish, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. All the people on Wall Street, right? All the markets around the world, everything's going to crash, okay? This is a real quick translation. It says, NLT, wail and sorrow all you who live in the market area, right? For all the merchants and traders will be destroyed. NIV, wail you who live in the market district, okay? Is not Wall Street a market, a market district, okay? A market area. It says all your merchants will be wiped out. All who trade with silver will be destroyed. So the scriptures, man, foretells, okay, of great crashes from all around the world, right? And at the same time, right, verse 12 says, and it shall come to pass at that time, all right, when all hell break loose, the global economy collapse. It said that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil. Go to the translation here. NLT, it says, I will search with lanterns in Jerusalem darkest corner to punish those who sit and complacent in their sin. They think the Lord will do nothing to them, either good or bad. In other words, the Most High God is going to search you with the truth, man. Okay? And if you find darkness in you, man, if you find wickedness in you, then guess what he's going to do? Judge you, man. And you have men who think that they won't be judged because maybe possibly, they have a garment or an account, or maybe the Bible is highlighted. Who knows within their minds? Maybe it's a certain position that they have to where they think that, But the Lord can't do nothing to me because I got this position, or I'm this, or I got these many subscribers. How can the Lord judge me? I don't know what's in your mind. But one thing I do know is that if you ain't right, the Most High God is going to punish the men who are settled on their leads, man. That say in their heart the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. I'm here to tell you, fella, it's going to get evil, okay? Very, very evil, man. It says, therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. The great day of Yahweh is near. It is near. And hasted greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. So all of this go together, okay? The global economy collapsing, that's going to cause major hell, all right? across all markets, all economies, man. When Babylon the Great economy collapses, right, the dollar falls, before the elites bring in this new system, it's going to be hell, okay? It's going to all lead to the day of the Lord, man. And it says the mighty man shall cry there bitterly, meaning what? The warriors, all right, of the different militaries, in particular Babylon's military, right? It says that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. It says, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung. So in that time, the Most High God is going to judge a lot of people, man. And when he get to judge it, you're going to know that there's a higher power doing it. Just as they came to that conclusion back in ancient Egypt, right? It got to a point to where they had to acknowledge the Most High, man. And look, but the Lord going to do it again, okay? Because certain events are going to take place that's going to be supernatural, so to speak, right? To where, Esau can't get on TV, right? These scientists can't get on TV and say, well, this happened because of the vapor of the earth, and the grand scheme of things and the ecological twisting of the wind. And no. He won't be able to explain it. Because the Most High going to be on their ass too, okay? And nigga get on TV talking about nothing. But look, man, these are the times that we're heading into, all right? It says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath, right? It ain't gonna matter your economic status in that day, Lord don't care if you're a billionaire, millionaire. It don't matter. Because what's going to save you from judgment in the day of the Lord, man? The Bible tells us, okay? If you go here to Proverbs chapter 10, let me ready to close out here. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 2, it says, treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivered from death, okay? Righteousness delivered from death. Proverbs 11, verse 4, it says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death, okay? So it don't matter about you being rich, man, or having money. That don't fly with the Most High, okay? You can't get a lawyer, you try to pay off your judgment. No, you can't do that. The only how your judgment get paid off is unless you believe in Yahweh, man. Because it is through him that the elect will be saved from wrath, okay? But for the rest of the people, it ain't going to be so good for them. Zephaniah 1:18, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. All right, we know what this whole land is talking about. This is Babylon, okay? America, this landmass, right? It says, for he shall make even a speedy radiance of all them that dwell in the land. So, Lord willing, man, it was edifying, all right? But, these videos here, man, just, actually sparked my spirit last night. I was going to do it last night, but I did, this morning. But things are happening, man. All right, you got to stay on top of things. The elites are moving fast. Wow, this distraction going on, amongst the people. The elites are moving, okay? And it's only a matter of time for these things hit, man. So, Lord willing, those other fine, man, we're going to close out here by giving our praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, B'cha HaKodash, Shalom.